All right, well, for more on this story, we are joined on the line by Durban Long-Distance Taxi Association chairperson, Mr. Nhlanhla, and we'll have a conversation as well with KwaZulu Natal Transport spokesperson, Nhlanhla, as well as the Durban Chamber of Commerce and Industry chairperson, Udine Singh. But let's start off with Nhlanhla. Mr. Nhlanhla, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We know that you are the chairperson of the Durban Long-Distance Taxi Association. Baba ngokusichazela ukuthi kahle kahle lesi strike esisibona kwi-N3 na kwi-N2 senzwa yini? I suppose the question is isikhalo senu sona sithini?
Yebo sawubona msakazo nabalaleli.
Siyabonga.
Isiteleka esiqale ngokuthi kunoShanela, amaphoyisa ekuthiwa uShanela. Apply certificate. Ngicabanga ukuthi kuna 2 years. Siwaphetha ama receipt, certificate asitholi. Masingayitholi certificate asiyela izathu ukuthi ingane singayitholi. Amaphoyisa ke ayesesibopha ke lawo ekuthiwa uShanela ke asibopha ke sihlawula ke bethulula abantu emgwaqweni benza yonke into. Sase siyacela thina ukuthi hayi sicela amaphoyisa angayithulula imoto, awayibopha imoto uma inecala. Kodwa abame ukusithulula usibopha ngoba certificate iphathwe ngakubona. Siphethe iliphi bathi iliphi ayisebenzi. Sase sibuza ukuthi soyithola nini, babethe u90 days. U90 days washa waze wedlula. Sathi masithi siyababuza bathi basakhuluma nomasipala. Sathi siyabuza komasipala bathi umasipala akaze bababhalele. Akaze bababhalela incwadi. Kodwa abamile ngalabasibopha futhi kodwa certificate abayikhiphile. Sase siyabacela ke thina ukuthi cha siyacela ukuthi akumi ukuboshwa namaphoyisa balokhu kuze kutholakala certificate ngoba inkinga ingakubona. Bathi bona ngeke bameke. Sathi thina abangayibophi imoto bayifake epoundini. Bayibopha ke bayifake epoundini. Sahamba sesikhuluma indaba yecertificate. Kwakhona omasipala ekuthiwa baphendulile. Sase sicela futhi ukuthi abasitholele ukuthi omasipala ingani bengaphenduli. Khona umzila nje njengoba bethi certificate ikhona. Khona umzila waseKraskop. Umdala abangawufakile kodwa futhi asitshela ukuthi ingani ungangeni. Lo masipala abayi kombuza ukuthi ingani lo mzila ukhiphile ngoba umzila omdala basitshela nje ukuthi bona uthe umasipala kugcwele. Kanti ubani okufuna sikhulumele thina na ukuthi umasipala nje ukuthi kugcwele ngoba lento ade beyisebenza lento ishonaphi. Ubani okufuna sibuzele ngaphandle kwedepartment na? Awatholakala ukuthi ayakho umuntu.
Okay, one last question. Ukubuza babunala ngoba nami isikhathi sami siyahamba. Lesi strike mawubhekile siyophela nini?
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngeke ngikamba manga ngoba baningi abantu bebe kulomhlangano mina ngangekho nami ngisibambe nje sekhajo. Ngeke ngikunqamleleke sisiwami ukuthi siteleka sophela namhlanje. Ngicabanga ukuthi mangase mhlawumbe umnyango uyikhiphe imoto noShanela umise sithola ama-permit mangase nje khishwe lezi imoto ebeyiceliwe ngicabanga ukuthi imoto ingahamba ngisho kusasa.
All right, Siyabonga. Babunala, that is Nhlanhla, who is the chairperson of the Durban Long-Distance Taxi Association, an issue that has brought much frustration to commuters in the area. This is along the N2 and the N3. This is as they are saying that 81 of their taxis have been seized under Operation Shanela, that you hear Mr. Nhlanhla talking about there, and saying that their frustration is that they simply have not been able to receive their permits for them to operate legally on the roads, and they've made the request to authorities to pause Operation Shanela, that you know is about police visibility and crime fighting, but they say that they have not received any assistance in being able to get those permits, even though they believe that they have paid for those permits. But we'll get a response quickly from the department. But I want to start with this because Udine, you know, it's Udine, of course, joining us. Udine, for the community of Durban, this is now going to be an economic crisis when you have thousands of commuters unable to get to work. I mean, you look at what's happening with this standstill that is taxis blockading massive routes, the economic impact of this.
Absolutely. I mean, I must, strongly stipulate that the Durban Chamber and Industry condemns the way the strike action is currently taking place with the long-distance taxi operators. We must recognize the fact that it's, everybody has a right to participate in strike action. It's a constitutional right that every person has and business has in this country. However, the way the strike action takes place should not impact businesses and other people. If it boils down to criminality, it boils down to economic sabotage. Major routes such as the N2 and the N3 that supports the logistics network at the moment, and if this is being blocked, products can't get to the customers. And how the logistics works is that if a transporter has a specific slot to do a delivery, they miss that slot. So again, so it's a whole domino effect. It's not just about slowing down traffic. It's slowing down the economy, slowing down the fact that people cannot, it will send a negative connotation to the holiday makers that they find themselves, they would rather than opt not to come to KZN due to this. And it's quite significant. I mean, we're playing with a lot of people's pockets here, and we know that KZN has gone through a number of waves, if I can call it that. And we really need to start building up the province. And is this the right way to build up the province? I really don't think so.
I'm going to bring you in here, Mr. Ndabezinhle Sibiya, of course, a spokesperson for the KZN Department of Transport, a frustrated taxi association chairperson that you heard from a little bit earlier, and then the business community saying, well, this needs to be sorted out really, really quickly. What is the delay in getting these permits in the hands of these taxi operators?
Yeah, no, thank you very much, and good evening to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. The MEC sponsored Duma, MEC for Transport and Human Settlement, is a bit held up in other meetings. Well, this morning, the MEC, together with the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, spoke with one voice. They actually pleaded with the taxi operators once again to come to the department to collect their permits. As we speak, we've got between 4,000 and 5,000 permits that have not been collected. The MEC sponsored Duma has been exercising, maximum restraint. That is why he's not been commenting on social media. He's not been doing interviews over the past couple of days over this matter, because in October there was a meeting, which was attended by him as the executive authority. The Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi was part of that meeting, and the leaders of the association. In that meeting, it was agreed that number one, they were to go to the department to fetch their permits, and the teams were established. A team was established, a team comprising of leaders of the association as well as officials from the department to look into the issue of permits. It was agreed that, look, come and collect your permits. What you need to do, you present your certificate of roadworthiness of a vehicle. That's number one. Number two, present a PRDP of a driver, just to indicate that this driver is qualified to drive commuters. Number three, present a rank stand from the municipality. Once you bring in those three documents, you get your permit. Let me just indicate that our system is audited by the Auditor General of South Africa, and if you look at our annual performance plan, it is very clear on the issue of permits. You issue permits. That is why, if you do not collect a permit as an applicant, as a taxi operator, we have to notify you. That is recorded. You get an SMS indicating that we are going to cancel your permit if you do not collect your permit. We've got permits in our system that dates back to 2021, 2022, 2023, and it's 2024. So now on this issue, respectfully, we wish to also indicate that if you talk about the Durban Long-Distance, Association.
Okay, now we're struggling to hear from Mr. Sibiya and Sibiya. Okay, we've got you back, but I've got about 20 seconds left, and I'm running out of time here, Mr. Sibiya. I don't think he's able to hear me. Are you able to hear me, Mr. Sibiya? Okay, some connectivity issues there, certainly. But the real question here, of course, is going to be, what is the message for the commuters, Mr. Sibiya? Commuters in Durban that use those routes that have been blocked since Friday are now wanting to know when this is going to be resolved. What's the answer to them?
Taxi operators that are not part of the strike, they've requested him to just give him an audience because they feel that they need to be protected. They are honest entrepreneurs with permits, so they want to be part of the festivities. They want to ferry commuters. They want to be part of the program of action to grow the economy of the province. As the Durban Chamber of Commerce has just indicated that the focus is on building the province, is on positioning KwaZulu-Natal as a destination for tourism. That is what the MEC is focusing on. So the meetings on Thursday with the taxi operators who have pleaded with him, they've asked for government to protect them. They want to go back, to work. They want to work. They want to, get this province moving. And that is where we are at the moment. And also, the MEC is respecting the industry like many other industries. He wants to see the department becoming a catalyst for the growth of all sectors of the economy.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. We'll be watching for the outcomes of that meeting that takes place then later on this week. Thank you so much to Mr. Sibiya then, Sibiya, who is, of course, the spokesperson for the Department of Transport in KwaZulu-Natal, Udine Singh, Safety and Security Chair at the Durban Chamber of Commerce. And, of course, we heard the concerns raised there by Nhlanhla, who's the Durban Long-Distance Association Taxi Association Chair.